Hi guys and welcome back to JavaScript Playground. In this video, we will learn how to work with Ajax using jQuery. jQuery also supports Ajax calls and it gives us access to certain methods to make HTTP calls. Say you wanted to fetch some data from the backend. In this case, you will make a get call, and for that jQuery has a method which is called get. So this is the syntax. So $dot and we call this get method, and inside the get method we pass two arguments. So the first one is the URL or the API endpoint, and the second is the callback function which is called when the request is completed. So if you notice here, you don't have to create XML HTTP request objects or listen to status change. jQuery handles everything for you. Alright, so let's try the get method of jQuery. So the syntax was $dot and the get method. And the first argument was the URL or the endpoint. So let's pass it. And second was the callback function, which needs to be called when the response is received from the backend. So let's copy this and paste it here because that's our main function body. Let's comment this. All right. So now you need this response text data. So this get method, it passes two arguments to this function. First is data, so whatever data is coming from the backend, and second is the status of the call. So instead of this dot response text, you can simply use data over here. Also, you don't need to use this JSON.parse method now because jQuery by default it returns JSON object and JSON arrays. So let's save it. And as you can see, the call is working perfectly fine. So as you can see here, to do it in JavaScript, you have to write so much code. And to do the same thing using jQuery, you just have to write so little code. Similarly for post, the syntax is $.post. The first argument is the URL. So this is the URL, let's copy it. The second argument is the data that needs to be passed. So again, with jQuery, you don't have to convert it into string. You can simply pass the JSON object. So let's pass it here. And the third is the callback function. So this function will be called when the call is completed or when the response is received. So again, even this will get data and the status. So let's just copy this code, comment all the extra code, and let's put it here. So as we discussed earlier, the response will be a JSON object or JSON array, so you don't need to parse it. You can simply write data. So let's give this a try. So inspect, network, let's filter it. Okay, so let's say my new post call. So there's an error, let's see. So it's saying object is not defined. Okay, so we also commented this object, so let's get this out. All right, let's save it, let's try again. So let's say my new post call. So as you can see, the call went through, the status code 201. We got the response. And this new element is added at the last. So again, if you notice, with normal JavaScript, you had to write this much code. And with jQuery, you just have to write this much. And that's all for today. I hope this gave you a better understanding of how to make HTTP requests using jQuery. But if you have any doubts or queries, feel free to drop a comment below or reach out to me on Twitter. I'll add my Twitter handle in the description below. See you in the next video. Bye and take care.